Hello everyone, this is my tech report. I decided to build a Arduino powered vending machine. Just a little walk around. On the interface there's a 4x4 keypad, an LCD screen, 2-position switch, and a momentary push button. The power supplies is a 24 volt DC, 3 amp power supplies, and this is driving three 4 amp stepper motor drivers, and the stepper motor drivers are moving 3 NEMA 17 2 amp stepper motors. So the first step is just to put power to the vending machine. This switch handles power, and you can see the LCD display immediately lights up with just a little message. This button will handle the lights, and the lights are just two 12 volt LED strips. The selections are put on the interface. I did switch around the products just for convenience sake, but the keys do correspond to the keypad. So here's just a little demo. Here's just a walk around of the vending machine. Again, these are the 3 keys used to control the coils. This key will just clear the bottom of the LCD screen. So the great thing about the construction of this vending machine is I cut 1/4-inch channels into these boards, which allowed it to easily come apart. This is just the front plexiglass. Here's the back of the vending machine. These 1/4-inch channels are great because they allow the user to easily fill the coils and gain access to the back of the vending machine. Powering it is a 24 volt DC power supply, which provides 3 amps. The microprocessor of choice was an Arduino Mega, which provided enough I/O to run the keypad, LCD screen, and motor drivers, and the lighting relay. There's easy access to the serial port by removing the plexiglass. Starting at the top is the LCD screen, which has an LCD2 kit wired on. This converts the 16-pin out layout of the LCD screen into a 4-wire controller. 2 of these wires one of them is apply and the other is ground. The other 2 wires, the green and the blue, are signal wires that will connect to the Arduino to provide serial communication. Here's the keypad, which is just your traditional 8-wire control, which goes into the Arduino. Starting from the supply, 24 volts DC is fed into a 2 amp fuse. From the 2 amp fuse, it goes into the power terminal. And from the power terminal, it goes to the 2-position disconnect switch. Out of the 2-pole disconnect switch feeds 24 volts DC. The 24 volts DC goes into the drives, and all the power of the drives are jumpered together just to make it easy, and same with the grounds. Also out of the 24 volt DC terminal is a 7809 voltage regulator, which regulates the 24 volts DC and converts into 9 volts. This makes it usable for the Arduino and the LCD screen. The last terminal block is a lighting terminal block. The lighting terminal block runs to a relay, which is soldered onto a PCB board. There's just a 12 volt battery. This 12 volt battery will feed these two LED strips. The green wire is ground and the blue is the signal to the Arduino for the relay. Here's just a little walk through the motor drives. So the supply is 3 amps, but the motor drives are 4 amps, and the stepper motors are 2 amp stepper motors. The reason I went with a 4 amp drive is just in case the stepper motors needed to be upgraded in the future, the drives can handle it. So on the stepper drive is just a little chart for the dip switches. 3 dip switches will handle current, and the other 3 will handle micro steps. So 800 steps will be a full revolution, a 360, and I'm running it on the lowest current settings. So I have all the supplies and the grounds jumper together that run to the terminal blocks. I have the enable pins jumper together, the low direction and the low pulse. So when I write a high signal to the drives, it will activate the drives. I would use the low pulse if I wanted to write a low signal to the drive for it to activate the stepper motor. So coming from each drive, there's only 2 wires. 2 wires to the Arduino. Pulse and direction. Direction obviously handles the direction. The pulse, I'll write the number of steps I want it to make. In this case, it's 800 steps for a full 360. When I write 800 steps, it will cause my stepper motors to do a 360. It is about a foot wide.